Hey guys, welcome to the final day of the Quidwell Sweat and Support series. I am Ellen Whitney and I will be taking you through your final workout. We are going to do a strength training workout focused on shoulders and glutes. So very, very important to use mind-muscle connection here. There will be some abs in there, some obliques, some other legs as well. But if you really want to activate those glutes, especially if you've been sitting a lot while you're at home, very important to use that mind-muscle connection. So you're going to need a band if you have it. Any will work. I have two of different resistances. Some light to medium weights for shoulders. We'll be doing some raises and some presses throughout. So if you don't have weights, canned goods, bottles of wine, jugs of water, weighted backpacks, weighted purses, whatever you've got, grab that. And then a foam roller, if you have it as well, will be an option at the end to use that. If you don't have a foam roller, there's an option without. So strength training is really where my heart is. Even though I teach group fitness for a living, personal training is really what I'm eager towards. So I don't typically do the workouts with the people I'm coaching. So we will see how this goes. It'll be pretty interesting as I'm huffing and puffing with you. I am going to move this around as we go. So the way this workout's gonna go, we're gonna do rounds of exercises. So we'll do 2 to 3 exercises in each set. And then for time's sake, I'm only gonna take you through each set 2 times. Typically, I would recommend doing it 3 to 4 rounds through. So if you have the time, after we finish our second set of each group of exercises, hit pause on the video, do a third or a fourth set, and then pick back up with me when I'm talking you through the next set of exercises. Again, if you don't have time, just stick with the 2 sets, but if you do, that 3 to 4 rounds is gonna be ideal. So we are gonna start with banded glute kickbacks. We will do 25 on the right, 25 on the left, 10 on the right, 10 on the left, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, so a total of 40 on each side. Then we're gonna take that into some walking pulse lunges with an optional overhead stabilization for your shoulder. And then we will finish that first series with a wall sit with optional scaption for those shoulders as well. So if you don't have a band, that's okay. You can do this body weight, or you can grab one of your light weights and tuck it behind your knee. If you do have a band, let's go ahead and slide it slightly above your knee. We're gonna get in tabletop position, so shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath the hips, abs are pulled in. You're going to drive with your right heel as you kick the leg up, squeeze the glute, and pull it back. So exhaling as you drive up and then pull it back down. Strong squeeze, again, that mind-muscle connection, very, very important here. This is rep 5, we're going for 25 here in the beginning. Normally I would have some tunes going, but for copyright purposes, so that we could upload this video, just me and my breathing. So if you have some Beyonce at home, go ahead, turn her up. Let's get that booty working. 16. Try to keep your shoulders pulled out of your ears. Last 5. 3, 2, 1. We'll go right into 25 on that left leg. So if you are using a band, just depending on how tight your band is, will determine how far that leg can get back. Just think about right where that glute meets your hamstring, really trying to squeeze there with each and every rep. And keeping those abs pulled in tight as well. Last 5. 2, 1. We go straight into 10, back onto that right leg. 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 10 on that opposite side. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 and 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So if you have that band, slide it off. We're going to pop up and head to those walking lunges. So I'm going to pull you guys up here. Already starting to breathe heavy. So if you have a weighted object, we're going to bring it overhead. We're going to pulse as we walk. So I'm going to have my back towards you. You're going to do 10 sets total with the weight on each side. So it's going to be 20 total lunges. After 10 steps, you'll switch the weight. So shoulder or weight stacked over the shoulder, you're going to step down, pulse, 2, and then step forward, 2. Pulse, 2, step forward, 2. Keeping that chest lifted and those abs tight. Really think about driving through your heel with each and every step. Nothing like an awkward camera angle here. I've got one more step on this side, and then I'm gonna switch. So switching that weight overhead. If that overhead is too much, just rack the weight at your shoulder. When you're in that pulse, sitting back, heavy into your heel, try not to let your quad take too much of the pressure. We really want to focus on where that glute and hamstring come together. Last 2 steps. All right, now we're heading to a wall sit for 1 minute, bringing the weights with you. We'll add in 10 scaptions. Then after those 10 reps, you can just set the weights down or set them on your hips. If moving your arms is too much with the wall sit, you're just going to focus on holding that wall sit. Get my stopwatch going here. And here we go. Shoulders stacked over your hips. You want your knees over top of your ankles. Core is tight. When you're ready, lifting those arms up in a V shape, the weights come to shoulder height and back down. Palms facing in towards each other. Try not to shrug your shoulders. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, so you're done with those shoulders, bring those weights down. Got 20 more seconds left in this wall sit. Think about screwing your heels into the floor, turning on those outer glutes and thighs. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, round 1 of our first set is complete. We are heading into round 2, so we're going back to those glute kickbacks. Grab a sip of water if you need. Put your band back on. And we are going back into 25 on that first leg, core tight. Here we go. Good, so especially if you don't have any extra resistance on these, really focus on that squeeze. Make sure those shoulders aren't shrugging, keep them pulled down your back. 5, 3, 2, 1. 25, second leg. Good, last 10. Where are those abs? Pull them up and in. 3, 2, 1. 10, back to that right leg. Last 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. 10. Last 3, 2, 1. 5, 4. Squeeze. 3. Really kick. 2, 1. Switch it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. We are done with those kickbacks. Headed back to those walking lunges. So the pulse is really where it's at for these walking lunges. Really focus on digging into that heel and driving forward. My weights are down there, so I'm going to start from this end. Bring that weight overhead. Here we go. So you lunge down, pulse up, down, switch legs. Lunge down, pulse up, down, switch legs. Get nice and close to you. Then you head back. All right, after those 10 steps, switch sides so you're holding the weight. So challenging your obliques at the same time, working those abs to help keep your body stabilizing. Walking lunges are a dynamic, functional movement, working that whole body at once. When we get to the other side, that's when we start that wall sit again. All right, shake it out. 1 minute wall sit. Once you get into that wall sit, you start those 10 scaption, then you'll hold your arms down for the rest of it. Here we go, 60 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1. So once you're steady, shoulders over the hips, knees over top of the ankles, try to get those thighs parallel to the ground. Bringing those weights up to shoulder height. Last rep. Good. Got about 25 more seconds here with this wall sit. So keeping those abs tight as well. Try not to let your feet slide forward. Try not to let your shoulders round forward. 10 seconds. Woo. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Great work, guys. Shake out those legs. So again, if you want to do a third or a fourth round of those exercises we just did, this is where you're going to pause the video and go into that. I'm going to take you through our next set of exercises. So we're going to be on this coffee table, or you can be on your couch. We're going to do a split squat. So one foot's going to be up there, one foot's going to be on the outside. Got to catch my breath. So you're going to come down into that split squat, and we're going to have a weight on one shoulder. At the bottom of that split squat, you're going to be holding as you do a double arm press and then straighten your legs. So it's only going to be 8 reps on each leg, but your goal is to hold the depth. You're pausing at the bottom to really fire up your glutes as you hit 2 presses with the arms. So it'll be 16 total presses on each side, 8 split squats on each leg. Then we're going to slide our band back on. So again, above the knees, we're going to go into some single leg hip bridges, followed by some double leg bridges with your feet elevated and some abduction. So again, if you don't have a band, totally fine. You're just going to have to use a little more mind muscle connection with those outer glutes and thighs. So I'm going to move you guys over here so you can get a little bit better light. Go and grab some water if you need it. And then we're going to start those split squats. If you do have a mat, you'll probably want it for when we get into those single leg bridges. And you might need a cushion for your foot. So I'm gonna start with my left foot out. Right foot goes on top of the coffee table or your couch. The weight is racked at my right shoulder. I bend both knees straight down, and then I press up for 2, rack the weight, and stand up. That's 1 rep. We're coming down. This is rep 2. Trying to put as much weight as you can into your front leg, thinking about sitting back into the heel, so we're using your glute and hamstring. Again, those obliques working as well, since we're going into a single-sided exercise. 3 more. Hold that depth. Last one on the side. Whew. Then you're gonna switch. Shake out those legs, get that opposite foot set. From here, right leg's forward, weight is up on that left shoulder. You squat it down, and you press up for 2. Opposite hand could go to your hip for a little more stability if you'd like. Again, really thinking about sinking into that front glute to hold your contraction. Halfway. Good, 2 more. Whew. Last one. All right. So from here, coming out it, coming down onto your mat. Band goes again above your knees. We're gonna line up so that just your heels are coming onto the edge of your coffee table or your couch. We're gonna set up like a regular bridge, but we'll start on the left side. Right leg will be hovering off the floor. As you bridge your hips up, you're gonna pull that right knee towards you, lower down, drop the hips, drop the right leg. Lift up and squeeze, lower everything back down. Try and keep those hips as square to the ceiling as you can. We're going for 12 reps, we have 8 more. Really focus on challenging that resistance. Pull that knee into your chest as much as you can. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower down and then switch legs. Right leg up, that left knee pulls in. No break between sides, 12 reps. Think about pulling your abs in as those hips go up. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower down, both heels go on to the coffee table. We're just going straight up, straight down. Extra range with these hip bridges, 12 reps. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Last rep. You're gonna hold it up on 12. Hold those hips high. Just start a pulse out of those knees. Even if you don't have a band, thinking about that abduction, keeping those hips as high as you can. We go for 30 here. We're about halfway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release those hips back down. Hug your knees into your chest. And that brings us to the end of our series 2. So we're gonna repeat that split squat with press and then those single leg bridges. So again, grab some water, shake it out. We'll head back to it. So I always start with my left leg first because that's my my weaker side. So that's going to determine how many reps I do. If I were to always start with my stronger side, by the time I got to my weaker side, I may not be able to match the reps. So left leg is forward, right leg is back. Weight is up at my right shoulder. Here we go. 8 reps with the legs, 2 presses on each time you go down. Sinking back into your heel, not letting the knee and the quad take over, glutes and hamstrings. Three more. Good, last rep. Woo. Shake it out, switch sides. Sometimes the hardest part of a split squat can just be the setup, so don't be afraid to bounce your foot out further if you need more width in your stance. Think about keeping those abs pulled in as much as you can. Whew. Keeping that balance as well. Get tired, gets a little bit harder. Got 3 more. Last 2. 1 more. Whew. Split squats, man. They work it all. All right, slide that band back on. We go back to our single leg bridges. 12 on each side, 12 with both legs. Then you hold it up for those 30 pulse outs. So starting on that left side, we just left off on that right side. Heel down, right heel hovers. Lift up, pull that knee in. Lower everything back to the floor. Exhale up, inhale down. Good, we got 4 more. Try to keep those hips as square as you can. 2. Last one. Good, switch sides, no break. Should be that strong exhale, audible, lifting those hips up, pulling those abs down. Good. On that 12th rep, both feet come down, lift up and down. Trying to keep that slight press out on the band, not that active pulse yet. Good, this is 6. You have 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on that last one. 30 pulses out. Abs in, hips high. That's halfway, stay with it, don't let those hips drop. Stronger than you think for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those hips down, hug those knees in. You are done with series 2. All right, so again, if you want to hit that for a 3rd or a 4th round, now's the time to pause the video, hit that round, and before we go into our next series. So let me grab some water, so I'm not huffing and puffing at you. Our next series, we're going into a single leg deadlift with an upright row that's going to lead you straight into curtsy lunge pulses. Let me step back so you can see it. So you are going to need those weights again. So you'll start on one leg, the other leg will hover We'll hinge to that deadlift, only going as far as you can until you feel that tug in your glute and hamstring. Then you'll pull up and through, drive that knee up, upright row. Inhale down, exhale up. We're gonna do 10 on each side. If you need to stabilize, that foot can come down in between reps, but if you want that challenge, try to keep it up. So, deadlifts, your body is very strong in. The challenge is balance. So spreading your toes, spreading your feet wide, trying not to let that opposite foot touch the ground to fire up all those tiny stabilizers. On that last rep, we'll come up, and then the arms will fall, and that leg will go straight to a curtsy. You'll stay low as we pulse to a lunge. Stay low to a curtsy, stay low to your lunge. We're gonna go back and forth 5 times, so it'll be 10 total. Really trying to keep all that tension in the standing leg we just came from with your single leg deadlift. After that, we're gonna hit the mat for some lying side abduction. So if you have your band, have that nearby. We're gonna use it for that. All right, I'm gonna grab my weights, grab yours. We'll start with a single leg deadlift. So roll your shoulders back, abs are tight, back is flat. I'm gonna start on my left leg, that's my weaker leg. Keeping my back flat as I hinge, drive through that heel, pull up and through upright row. With that upright row, trying to pull the weights to your collarbone as you drive those elbows out. Again, your range of motion with the deadlift is gonna be dependent on you. Try not to move your head around too much. We want that neck to be nice and neutral. Your legs should already be burning. Think about spreading that foot wide. This is rep number 6. Good, we've got 2 more. Abs in. Focus on one spot on the floor out in front of you if you're struggling with that balance. Last rep. Arms fall, leg goes behind to that curtsy, stay low, lunge. Curtsy, stay low, lunge. I think we're gonna go a little more than 10. It's feeling too easy. So this is 4, 5, maybe we're gonna do 10 total, so it'll be 20 lunges. 6, good, this is 7, stay low, don't let that left leg fully release at any point. Got 2 more rounds. And together, great work. Shake out that standing leg, regain your breath, get that composure, shoulders back, spread that right foot wide. Here we go to that single leg deadlift. Good, finding your focus, finding your breath. So inhale down, exhale up, that's gonna help you. That's halfway, you can do it. Good, 1 more rep. All right, arms fall down. Left leg goes behind you to that curtsy. Stay low to your lunge, that's 1. Good. Trying to barely lift that leg up just enough to make sure that that leg can move. Right glute should be on fire. That's halfway. 5, 4, pulse it out. 3, stay low. 2, last 1. Whew. All right, shake out those legs. You're coming back with me. We are going into some side bridges. So gonna work those obliques with that outer glute and thigh a little bit. I'm gonna turn this sideways again. So that same band is going back above your knees. Think of these like clamshells, but with a little extra range of motion, recruiting more muscle fibers. So Shoulders stacked over the elbows. Knees are pulled up, feet are together, knees start together, opposite hand at your hip. You're gonna bridge up as you open that leg. This band's too tight. I'm gonna switch it out. So if you can barely lift that top leg with your band, I'd recommend doing it without a band and then just pausing at the top. So as you lift up, pause and squeeze that bottom glute and that top glute, lower back down. Lift up and squeeze, lower back down. We're going for 12 reps. Good. So that bottom leg is really the working leg. That top leg obviously works as well as you try to abduct that thigh. This is 8. Feel that oblique as well. 9. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower down, then just open and close that top leg for 12. This is 8, 7, burn it out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work, shake it out. We'll go to the other side. So shoulder over top of the elbow again, pull those knees up. You're gonna bridge up and down. Working with as much range of motion as you can. Glutes should be feeling it after this workout, especially if you've added on some extra sets. So just take it 1 rep at a time. Focus on that breathing. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, just lift and lower. 9, 8, 7, feel that outer glute work. 6, sometimes touching the muscle can help bring more awareness there. For 3, 2, 1. Great work. So that brings us to the end of series 3. We are going to repeat that deadlift, those lunge pulses, and those side abductions one more time. And then we'll just have one more superset. So coming back up, we're gonna grab the weights for that deadlift into your upright row. So rolling those shoulders back, I'm gonna start on my left leg, right leg will come up. As I inhale to hinge, exhale, drive it up and through. Focus on slowing it down here. Use this to catch your breath. Each breath has a corresponding movement. Good. The goal does not need to be to touch the floor. It is whatever range of motion your hamstrings allow. Good, so 3 more. Good, last one. All right, arms come down, leg taps behind me to that curtsy. I go curtsy, lunge, that's 1. Stay low the whole time. Fire up that left glute. Be as light as you can, drop the weights if you need to, that's halfway. Sink into it. Good, last one. All right, step together, shake it out. Going into that right leg, roll those shoulders back. Here we go, inhale, hinge. Exhale, pull it up and through. Good, 1 rep at a time. Stronger than you think. When you start to get tired, that's when you need that strong mindset even more. You have 4 more. Good, last 2. 1 more. All right, arms come down. Left leg goes behind you to that curtsy. Stay low lunge. Let it burn. Create the movement through that front heel, nothing else. Shoulders are back, chest is up. This is halfway. Last 4, 3. For 2, stay low. 1 more. Whew. All right, guys, shake it out. We are headed back to those side bridges, side abductions. All right, so back above the knee. If you need to ditch the band this round, that's okay. Again, we're focused on that pause. Squeezing at the top, top engagement, knees together. Here we go. Lift up and down. We've got 12 of these, followed by 12 abductions on the ground. This is why I don't normally do the class. I'm breathing so hard. You got it, almost to the end though. Last 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, just take that knee open and close. You're at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work, switch it around. Whew. Forgot to restart my watch. Hate it when that happens. Here we go, side bridge. Lift up and squeeze. You have 4, 3, last 2, 1. Drop it down, just open and close that knee. How are we doing? Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, again, if you want to hit that a 3rd or 4th round, pause the video now. We are doing just 1 more superset. I did have some more on my agenda, but per usual, if you've been to my class, the LB, I ran out of time. So this is where you're going to grab your foam roller if you have it. So we're going to do hamstring holds. Hamstring holds are kind of like extended bridges. So I'll show you to make it harder, you're going to use that foam roller. So from here, you lie down, toes point up towards the ceiling, feet are parallel. You're going to relax, bend the knees just 1 or 2 inches. So those heels slide in a couple inches, and then you're just going to lift your hips up. We're going to hold, and then we're going to take it into a slight pulse of those hips up and down, and then we'll finish with another hold. We're going to try to be in it for as close to a minute as we can. Let me get my stopwatch. And then we are just supersetting that with a lateral raise. So you can stand if you'd like for that lateral raise. I'm going to stay kneeling to isolate that shoulder a little bit more. With these hamstring holds, if you want that challenge, you're going to dig your heels into the foam roller instead of just staying on the ground. So that'll create that balance as well. And so lying down, find that position, toes stay pointed up, try not to let those toes turn out. Arms at your side, press the triceps into the mat. Here we go, just lift up and hold. Think about tucking your tailbone under. How high can you get your hips up? And pull your abs in at the same time. If you want to make it harder, you try to keep your legs straighter. To make it easier, you bend your knees a little bit more. We're going into those pulses here, just up and down, especially if you have that foam roller. Challenge the range. Strong squeeze at the top. Never letting those hips fully touch the ground. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, hold it up. Final hold, squeeze those glutes, lift those hips. Put it into those hamstrings, toes turn up towards the ceiling, don't let them fall out. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those hips down, pull those knees in. We're headed straight to those lateral raises. So we're going for 12 reps, palms face in, taking those weights straight out, lower with control. Make sure you're in control of the weights the whole time. They're not controlling you. If you need that option, you can bend your arms to that 90-degree angle and take it there. Good. I think this is 4. I'm bad at counting. Last 3, 4, 2, and 1. I should say if you're using household objects and you have lighter weights than you would typically do, feel free to not go with my rep counts. Go until you hit that muscular fatigue. Last 2 to 3 reps should always be hard. All right, guys, last piece we're gonna go do together. We're hitting that hamstring hold again. One more set of lateral raises. So stick with me. Challenge those legs. Can you get them a little bit straighter this time from where they were in round 1? We're going into that hold in 3, 2, 1. Lift those hips up. The more you think about kind of tucking your hips under and lifting your hips as you pull your abs down, the more engagement into those hamstrings you're gonna get. And we're gonna start those pulses here in 3, 2, 1. Hips down, up, down, up. See if you can get your legs even straighter on just these pulses. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1, hold it up. Dig those heels in. You have 10 seconds, don't quit. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Great work, let's finish with those lateral raises. Sitting back onto those heels, palms face in. Let's take it up. Good. Nice and controlled the whole time you're halfway. Good, last 2. All right, guys, great job. Again, if you want to hit a 3rd or 4th round of those last 2 exercises, feel free. That brings us to the end of our sweat and support series. Thanks for joining me. I'm Ellen Whitney on Instagram at Ellen_Whitney. Questions, comments, concerns, strength training, group fitness, yoga, food, nutrition, whatever it is, let me know. Hope you guys are hanging in there. Enjoy the rest of your quarantine.